time. True as it can be, barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever a surprise, and ever as before, and ever just as sure as the sun will rise, certain as the sun rising in the east. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Give it up to the very talented Jared Wagner and Kelly Andrews. Woo!
Yes.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank
And
you.
Kate Brown.
Thank you, Mom. Come on over, baby. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming out to this week's Coffee with Kyan. And then we have a very special topic. So let me pull a chair for you and then get you a drink.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little about who you are?
Yeah, I'm Kate Brown. I'm a mother, a wife, and a Salesforce specialist. In that order. I've been with IT Works, thank you, for the past 5 years, both in the UK and then the last 2.5 years in the US office. What about you, Jared?
Well, just a little bit about me. I've been here way less time than you have. I got here less than 2 months ago. I'm a Salesforce specialist as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I am just learning right now. I'm trying to kind of get into your brain and learn your ways. And you've been doing it for so long that it's on the back of your hand. So I want to get there.
This is a very special episode. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about within the market space of Salesforce, and then a lot of Salesforce folks are watching as well. I want to thank you everybody for joining us this very special episode of Coffee with Kyan. We came out this whole thing obviously that Beauty and the Beast is a big hit right now. Still within the first week of going live, we have a lot of musical talent here, and we have natural beauty here. So tell us a little more about beyond this whole surface of her beauty, and then there's a lot more under her belt. So Kate, so tell me where you grew up.
So I grew up in Blackburn, in Lancashire, in the UK, in England, which is quite a small town, very, very different to where I've ended up here in Atlanta. Not really very dynamic at all. The weather's terrible, as is most of English weather. Rains a lot, very cold. Very depressing.
I remember we had a very bad spring last year. When every time it rains, Kay always said that reminds me of home.
Yep.
Oh.
This is true.
Cool. So what brought you here? No, just kidding. I forced you to come here.
You made me come here today. But my job brought me here, IT Works. So I joined IT Works, as I said, 5 years ago in the UK office with no recruitment experience whatsoever. Just decided I wanted a job in recruitment because it was very lucrative from what I've heard, and IT Works gave me the opportunity. Actually, I interviewed with Gary, who's the CEO here.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
And actually had no idea that this is where we'd end up. At that time, there wasn't even any talks of a US office. That didn't happen until I'd been with the company. I think it was about a year into it. And then eventually Gary announced that he was moving over here to start an office up, and I made it known to Gary that was really exciting to me and it's something that I love to do. And luckily he gave me the opportunity. So yeah.
That's exciting. We'll talk a little bit more about your recruitment experience and background too. Before recruitment, what did you do?
Oh, I did lots of things. I started off. Well, I went to college and I dropped out after a year because I really didn't like what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life whatsoever. And my mum told me in the summer holidays if I didn't get a job, I had to go back to college. So luckily I landed a job as a marketing assistant for a chain of opticians. So I did that for I think it's 2 years. Eventually I moved on to another opticians as a company administrator, working for the directors, doing things like booking flights and travel and doing the figures for the company. Then I still was lost in life, didn't know what I wanted to do, decided to be an orthodontic nurse.
Wow, it's quite a career change.
Yeah, did that for 4 years, so I was fitting braces and messing around with teeth, and eventually decided that wasn't the right career for me either. I started doing sales in that job, so I started actually selling the private treatment to patients, selling the braces and teeth whitening. After that, I found out through doing that I was actually good at sales, and that's what I wanted to be doing. So I went on to a private hospital in Manchester to do healthcare sales. Did that for a year, but it wasn't. The job was kind of missold to me. I thought it was going to be much bigger and better than it was. When I got in there, it was a lot of admin work. And around that time I had a friend that had a job in recruitment and was earning a lot of money, but the hours were very long and it wasn't really a good fit for her because it was just the hours were too much for her family circumstances.
Okay.
But she was telling me all about it and I thought, you know what, that sounds great, well you can earn that much money, why don't I do that? So then I interviewed with IT Works and a different recruitment company on the same day and ended up getting a job at IT Works. I didn't get the other one because my handshake wasn't strong enough.
Wow.
That was the reason.
Did they tell you that face to face?
No, I used a rec-to-rec recruiter.
Okay.
And he told me that feedback, and then I got off. And the next call was a job offer from IT Works.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Wow, that's crazy. That's yeah. Wow. Are you happy with the decision that you made?
Oh yeah, of course. It's completely changed my life, and it sounds really cheesy, but it has changed my life working for IT Works. I would never be sat here in Atlanta in the United States without working for IT Works.
There are so many things that are very different, and okay. There are things that are very, very different from what we do and such. Can you tell us a little bit about, within your first 2-3 years, what did you learn about what we do or what recruitment is?
Gosh, I learned how business works for a start. I didn't really know much about business up until that point. My first few months, I came into the business in a state of panic, really thinking, how am I going to do this? I have no idea how recruitment works. I know nothing about IT. What am I going to do? And basically I just learned on the job, was really kind of thrown into it, and just made loads and loads of phone calls and really just learned through. I worked in a different niche then, which was LIMS, Lab Information Management Systems, which is a much smaller market, and I really just got to build up those relationships and know everyone within the market and really learn everything from them that I knew. So learned about lots of different systems and became actually very quickly to the level where I could call myself an expert.
What does become an expert mean to you? What time or what level did you consider yourself an expert?
Probably it took me, I'd say, about 4 or 5 months. So it's not really that long in the general scheme of things, but I feel that probably within the first 2 weeks I became much more of an expert than I was to start off with, but the true expert where I really knew everything about a market, I knew who the key people were, the key companies were, probably took about 4 or 5 months.
So how does it transpire to Jerry, your experience so far?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm still a long way from 5 months being in the game, but one thing that resonated with me with my original interview was you saying you'd had no recruitment experience.
Mm-hmm.
And like understanding like, hey, even if you don't know anything about it, you can come in and there's enough resources and so many people here that know what they're talking about. Like there's no way you can't become an expert if you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I'm far from 5 months when you were considering yourself an expert. But yeah, I hope to get there, and this company has a way of throwing you through loops as well. You will, as soon as you're comfortable, we'll do additional things to pull us out of our shell, which is in the now it seems nerve-wracking and oh my gosh, I can't do that, but you really realize, hey, I can do that, and I did. So it's powerful.
That's good. Very good. So, Kate, tell us a little about taking a leap of faith, obviously from what you learned, what you did, and then having the opportunity to come to the U.S. How has that transition been for you?
It's been a huge change. I mean, you don't realize until you actually take the leap and move somewhere how different it is. I mean, we speak the same language, but the countries are so different. Everything was a challenge at the beginning. Like the way the banking system works, or just grocery shopping. I remember the first time I went shopping, I was like, "What is this?" I didn't know what any of the food was or how you put it together. It was just not what I was used to whatsoever. That was hard for a while actually, and I had somebody who'd moved here before me who could help me out with everything. Luckily, so I had a bit of a support network existing, but I don't know what I'd have done without that actually.
And I remember Kate mentioned about meat. That tastes very different, especially bacon. It's very different.
Bacon is completely different. Yeah, British bacon is definitely better.
Period.
Period. Got to make it even more extra competitive. So I know that personal situation also changed quite a bit between the US and UK.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So when I accepted the job and I had those conversations with Gary and Tim and Darren and decided to take the job, I was single, I was free, carefree, young.
Like that bird ready to fly away.
And I was just ready for an adventure and thought I'd move away and might meet the man of my dreams in America and everything would be rosy. But life had a different plan. So what happened was Charlotte, who actually works in the UK office, introduced me to CrossFit. She was doing CrossFit at the time, and I thought, oh, you know what, if I get into CrossFit, it's huge in America, that'll be a good way for me to make some friends out there. So I went along to my first CrossFit class, and the coach there was gorgeous. And I said, why didn't you tell me about him? So basically, it went from there. So I ended up, I was about 9 months away from moving here, and then I met Shawn, and we started getting together in the UK, but we knew that I was moving to America, so it was like, it was never going to be anything serious. We didn't think that it could really work because I was always moving away. I had this job in America and I was moving somewhere else, but we couldn't help ourselves. We just fell in love. I know. And he came out. We kept in touch once I did move away, and it was really heartbreaking, and it made the transition to move here even harder because we missed each other so much, and we would FaceTime every day and Skype every day, and I basically didn't get into my life too much here because I would go home from work and just speak with him because of the time difference. He would stay up till 2 a.m. every night just to speak with me. It was really tough, but we kept in touch, and I went home. I moved in September, and I went back for Christmas, and we spent some time together, and we felt really sure that we wanted to make it work somehow. He came over to visit me again in the February, and he came for 3 months, and within those 3 months, we got married and pregnant.
Hi, producer.
I don't do things by halves.
Wow. So things transpire fairly quickly?
Yep, so life completely changed. I thought that moving to America would be something completely different than it ended up being. So we have a family out here. We've got a little boy named Theo, who's 16 months old now. So yeah, I'm now a family woman out here in America, which is, all our family is back home, which makes it difficult at times, but it's such a great place to live, and it's great for the opportunity for him as he grows up is incredible, really.
And expanding the horizon too. Mm-hmm. So how does that, what's the best way to let me see. Well, how has that changed how you look at your work, job, or anything in a professional perspective versus personal professional?
Yeah, before I used to do it, I've always been quite money motivated. Just for me, I wanted the nice house. I wanted not even the material things as such, but just not to have to worry about money. That's always been my motivation. I don't want to be the kind of person that has to scrimp and save and worry about money. But I did want the trappings that went along with it, the nice house and the fancy car and the nice clothes and everything. But now that's changed me. Everybody says actually that it softened me. Becoming a mum really softened me in the office. It's a bit of a joke. Because I used to be really direct and really, but a typical recruiter in some ways, I suppose.
Yeah, I know that when I was first started, I think Kay was on maternity leave. I keep on this girl, Kay. Oh yeah, Kay is very direct. She's very brutal. She's very Brit. Blah 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 blah. And when she came out, that she's actually very nice. I almost want to use the word rosy to describe her. I was like, she's actually very rosy. I was like, what happened to you? Everybody keeps saying all these memes too.
That's what happened.
It's very nice. You have somehow evolved into a new version. How do you like this version now of Kate?
I like it. I'm a lot softer. I'll cry at anything, and I think I want to be nice to everybody and take anybody who's struggling under my wing, which before maybe I wouldn't have been so nice. But
well, I'll thank Theo for that.
Yeah,
yeah, by his birthday present, one and a half year old. So, based on your observations so far about Kate, how has your experience so far with her?
Oh, she's rough. No, I'm kidding. The experience is really one of a kind. Everyone says that, and like you were saying, it sounds cheesy or whatnot, but it really is one of a kind. And the structure of the teams of having a team leader who really is like we'll call it the mama bear since they all happen to be women, but the mama bear of the group, and that really resonates, and you can really tell like there's such a strong leadership there. Someone that doesn't only support you, they coach you, but they also have your back when it comes to either your clients or your boss. I know Gary is all of our boss, but my boss is Kate and her boss is Gary, and so there's just a little bit of threshold between you and the CEO, and that's comforting, especially when you're new, having a sense of protection, but they're going to pump you up, and they're going to push you, and you can't grow unless you're pushed. So that's something that you really know how to do. But then at the same time, let's go have lunch, So it's a range of emotions, but it's, I think, a recipe for success.
So what have you seen that Jerry transformed from what he did before, which no recruitment experience in the past?
Zero.
Did something quite different as well. What have you seen him grow in this past very short amount of time?
I mean, Jared is great anyway as a relationship building. He's a very likable guy. Just naturally, I mean, as you've seen, he's a performer. So he's very good in that setting. He's very good under pressure. But you have a polish now that you didn't quite have in the beginning, and you've only been here a couple of months, and you already got a real polish to how you present yourself in quite difficult situations sometimes.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I think that I definitely owe you in some of that. I think coming on Coffin with Kyan is a little nerve-wracking, because you're still trying to do your normal job, but you're still thinking about, we've got to basically put on this performance. But you still put the work cap on, and like, this is what we need to do until 3:30 or 3:25, and then we're on stage. So yeah, I owe that to you, because I'm a monkey see, monkey do. So if I see you do it, it'll happen.
Yes, I was at a very different element to it. I have another guest today. Hi, Mindy. Have a seat.
Hello.
Come on in.
So I'm gonna give her a hug on the back, but also so I can pass on my mic. So, Mandy comes in a very special place. And Mandy, how long have you been with us?
Since last May.
Since last May. What has your experience been so far?
It's been really great.
What's so great about it?
Just the team and working with everybody, and just doing recruitment and
Her new little brother that has joined the team.
yes.
This is my big sister.
So tell us about your market.
So I work on the Salesforce market, which area, and we specialize in Salesforce recruitment.
Yeah, we're in the Midwest. We cover 9 states, and that's a big area. Like, we thought we'd run into each other more often, but there's plenty of little nooks and crannies that you can spend your time in, and it's been pretty successful. Like, you are constantly getting calls from clients that you talked to, like you were saying, almost a year ago, and they're coming back for you. So that gives me a lot of excitement and hope.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Good. So what goals or aspirations do you have for each other? between you two?
My goal, or our goal, is for us is just develop our market and create a name for ourselves and like be known as like the Salesforce expert in the Mideast.
Yeah, I mean, and I think based on things that you and I have worked on just in the short time I've been here, just really finding the right way to have the well-oiled engine and send out your communication to your clients in a way that makes sense, it's effective, it's at the time that they'll read it, and really trying to gauge that and master that is something that we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you manage? Okay. Yeah, we'll try to make the mic situation work today. So with that being said, we actually playing a little game today. It's a little different, unconventional episode of Coffee with Kyan. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna have you stand up for a second.
Okay.
Move the chair. So what we're gonna play today is the egg roulette. So let me explain the rule a little bit more. I want to test and see how well you know your teams.
Okay.
So before
Really
that,
fun.
while I'm getting things prepared, what are your goals and aspirations? Like the target you have set for your team, for both of them? What do you wish them to aspire to?
I want them to be absolute experts within Salesforce. We provide both contract and full-time Salesforce experts throughout North America and Canada, so I want them to be the leaders in their market.
Do you think there will be?
I think they're already a very big step towards that, if not already there.
All right. We'll see, and I'll see how you know them as well.
Okay.
So how this is going to work is, I have Mandy and then Jared prepare a little question for me.
Okay.
I am going to ask you the
know
question, have you answer it. So how this is going to work basically is, if Kate gets the answer right, I have to select from this Rolodex of eggs. They're either hard-boiled or raw, and we'll have to crack it in our forehead. So if Kate gets it wrong, she has to pick one and crack it on her forehead. We'll
no.
test and see how well
I like this
she
dress.
knows her team. So we got a building shower, by the way, and then the gym here too. We have the facility how to have everything happen. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and fire some of the questions. All right. So first question is, what city and state was Jared born in?
Well, I know where he grew up.
So I have a question. It will be a multiple choice between
Okay.
A or B.
Okay.
So if you get it right, I have to do one, and if you get it wrong, we'll have to pick an egg.
Okay.
And it's your turn. So what city and state was Jared born in? A, Newport, Washington, or B, Spokane, Washington.
Oh no. I think Newport.
And the answer is
Newport.
Yay!
Oh.
No
So
egg
that's
for
be
a
you.
crack egg.
We should have sound effect for this one. Why did I come out with this?
We'll
game?
add them for the YouTube version.
All right, here we go. Here for nothing.
Oh,
Ouch!
that did sound painful.
Hard boiled. All right, question number 2. What is Mandy's favorite food? A,
I know.
pho, the Vietnamese noodles,
Yeah.
or B, rice plates?
A.
And the answer is?
Yeah.
The creativity.
Your head's red.
Hard boiled.
Kyan, did you hard-boil all those?
We'll find out, I guess. Number 3, what is Jerry's favorite song? A, My Heart Will Go On, or B, Work From Home?
My heart will go on. He loves Celine.
And the question is?
Work from
Oh,
home.
no.
I knew that was going to throw you through a loop too, because we've been talking about Celine Dion so
I have
much.
to.
Oh goodness, here it goes. Here it goes for nothing.
Oh,
Oh my god.
did that crack through?
Yes.
Nice work. Everybody heard that sound, right? So it sounds working
Ow.
fine. Fantastic. Now, number 4. What is Mandy's favorite activity? A, cooking, or B, shopping?
Oh, this is really hard. Shopping, I think.
And the answer is?
Shopping.
Yay.
Poor Kyan.
Go, Kyan. Go. How? Okay.
Can I have 5 workers come for this thing?
We are almost to egg salad sandwiches.
We got 6 eggs left. All right. Whew. Number 5. How many siblings does Jared have? A, 2. B, 3.
Oh, I don't know this at all. 2.
And the answer is?
2.
Yes.
I should probably carry this from now on.
Yeah, he's getting like a little red spot on his forehead.
I should probably know that.
Still hard-boiled. Is the mic really working for this? Can you guys hear it all the way in the back? Thank you.
A live studio audience.
Number 6. What is Mandy's favorite color? A, black, B, white.
Oh, come
Ooh,
on.
it's got to be black. You wear black all the time.
The answer is?
Black.
Why is it black, Mandy?
I just know my team.
soul.
No.
Because
Color her soul. Great. We'll save that for your Monday motivation quote. Oh, goodness. We only got 4 eggs out. This is egg number 5. Or 5 to the end.
I think these are all boiled.
yeah, I think they are.
We'll find out.
I know.
It does. Number 7. Ask Jared if you could bring one musician back from the dead. Who would it be? A, Whitney Houston. B, Freddie Mercury.
Whitney Houston.
And the answer is?
Freddie Mercury. And I thought you would pick that.
Finally! Take a break.
Oh no! This is getting, the odds are not good anymore. Okay.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
3 left. Alright, let's see. Ask Mandy, if you have a superpower, what would you want it to be? A, invisibility, or B, flying?
Oh, I think invisibility. She's too mischievous. She'd like to meddle with people.
You know me so well.
Great, that means I have to get another one. Let's see.
There's no hesitation.
Maybe they
there.
boil all these. Okay, got 2 left. We only got one question.
Oh no, these are getting really. I
Alright.
gotta get this right.
Ask both Mandy and Jared, what do they aspire for their market? A, sustainable business and relationship where they can make a lot of money, or B, make a name for themselves so every Salesforce person come to them without even thinking.
Yeah.
B.
B.
It's B.
Definitely B. Come on, crack that egg, kid.
Or should I choose this one?
I think you should choose this one.
Why?
Because it has X on it.
I feel like they're all boiled.
Go on, kid.
50-50 odds. Let's see about
I feel
this.
like I should move that the way.
Here we go.
Oh!
Was it caught on tape? We should have me on this one. Well, thank you everybody for watching Coffee with Kyan. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.